A Shield-Maiden, Old Norse. Skjaldmir stress, skj letter 251 ld secondary stress, m, a e lengthened r, was a female warrior from Nordic folklore and Norse mythology. The term Skjaldmir most often shows up in legendary sagas such as Hervarar saga OK Hythrex. However, female warriors are also mentioned in the Latin work Gesta Danorum. 1. Both the legendary sagas and Gesta Danorum were written after the Viking Age and are considered fictional. Earlier reports of fighting women occur in some Roman sources from late antiquity. 2. They are often associated with the mythical Valkyries, which may have inspired the Shield-Maidens. 3. They may have also been inspired by accounts of Amazons. Etymology and meaning. The term Shield-Maiden is a calque of Skjaldmir. Since Old Norse has no word that directly translates to warrior, but rather Drenga, Rekka, and Sega can all refer to male warriors, and Bragnar can mean warriors, it is problematic to say that the term meant female warrior to Old Norse speakers. Judith Jesh researched the word in an attempt to find its origin. While she found that it was used to describe Amazons as well as women warriors in the sagas, typically from the East, she found no conclusive evidence that it dates to the Viking Age and suggests that it may have entered Old Norse in the 13th century. Additionally, the term is found in the name of a ship and the nickname of a poet. In modern English, it can refer to a generic female warrior, but is also used to refer specifically to a type of character that appears in legendary sagas. Confusingly, it is sometimes used to refer to hypothetical female warriors in the Viking Age. Jesh argues against this usage in academic works to avoid confusion between textual and literal Shield-Maidens. The term is also used in modern English as a synonym for Valkyrie. Indeed, Brynhilda, a Valkyrie, describes herself as a Shield-Maiden in the Volsunga saga. However, the text was composed in the 13th century and not in the Viking Age. In the Viking Age, Valkyries served drinks in Valhalla and chose the dead in battle, but were not warriors in the same way as Shield-Maidens in the sagas. 1. Shield-Maidens in literature. Examples of Shield-Maidens mentioned by name in the Norse sagas include Brynhilda of the Volsunga saga, Herva in Hervarar saga OK Hythrex, Brynhilda of the Bosa saga OK Herorths, and the Swedish princess Thornjorg in Atrolf's saga Gortrixsona. Princess Hed, Visna, Lagertha, and Verborg are female warriors named in Gesta Danorum. 2 Shield-Maidens appear in Hervarar saga. The first of these Hervas was known to have taken up typically masculine roles early in her childhood and often raided travelers in the woods dressed as a man. Later in her life, she claimed the cursed sword Tyrfing from her father's burial site and became a seafaring raider. She eventually settled and married. Her granddaughter was also named Herva and commanded forces against attacking Huns. Although the saga remarks on her bravery, she is mortally wounded by enemy forces and dies on the battlefield. 4. Saxo Grammaticus 5 reported that women fought on the side of the Danes at the Battle of Bravalia in the year 750. Now out of the town of Slee, under the captains Hether, Hyde, and Wisna, with Hakon-cut cheek came Tummy the sailmaker. On these captains, who had the bodies of women, nature bestowed the souls of men. Webiag was also inspired with the same spirit, and was attended by Bo Buie Bramason and Brat the Jute, thirsting for war. Scholars Judith Jesh and Jenny Jochens speculate that Shield-Maidens' often grim fates, or their sudden return to typically female roles, is a testament to their role as figures of both male and female fantasy, as well as emblematic of the danger of abandoning gender roles. Citation needed. Brynhilda Budladottir and Guthrun G. Jukadottir. Brunhild, 1897, by Gaston Bussier. Main article, Brynhilda. Brynhilda of the Volsunga saga, along with her rival in love, Guthrun G. Jukadottir, provides an example of how a Shield-Maiden compares to more conventional aristocratic womanhood in the sagas. Brynhilda is chiefly concerned with honor, much like a male warrior. When she ends up married to Guthrun's brother Gunnar instead of Sigurður, the man she intended to marry, Brynhilda speaks a verse comparing the courage of the two men. 6. Sigurd fought the dragon, and that afterward will be forgotten by no one. while men still live. Yet your brother neither dared to ride into the fire, nor to leap across it. Brynhilda is married to Gunnar and not Sigurður because of deceit and trickery, including a potion of forgetfulness given to Sigurður, so he forgets his previous relationship with her. 7. Brynhilda is upset not only for the loss of Sigurður, but also for the dishonesty involved. Similar to her male counterparts, the Shield-Maiden prefers to do things straightforwardly, without the deception considered stereotypically feminine in much of medieval literature. She enacts her vengeance directly, resulting in the deaths of herself, Sigurður, and Sigurd's son by Guthrun. By killing the child, she demonstrates an understanding of feud and filial responsibility. If he lived, the boy would grow up to take vengeance on Brynhilda's family. Guthrun shares a similar concern about family ties, but typically does not act on it immediately. She is more inclined to incite her male relatives to action than take up arms herself. Guthrun is no Shield-Maiden, and Brynhilda mocks her for this, saying, "Only ask what is best for you to know. That is suitable for noble women, and it is easy to be satisfied while everything happens according to your desires." In her later marriages, however, she is willing to kill her children, burn down a hall, and send her other sons to avenge the murder of her daughter, Svanhilda. In the world of the sagas, women can be both honorable and remorseless, much like the male heroes. Citation needed. Historical existence. The Valkyrie from Harby. Much of the study of Shield-Maidens focuses on them as a literary phenomenon. However, literary Shield-Maidens have long been seen by some as evidence of historical female warriors in the Viking Age. In the early 1900s, a female weapon grave was found in Nordic-Jolen and labeled a Shield-Maiden. Shield-Maidens, however, were not studied in depth until textual scholars began to examine the issue. Priestgard Andersen, Jesh and Jochens all began to examine the textual sources. 8. Neil Price argues that they existed. 9-10. Some scholars, such as Professor Judith Jesh, have cited a lack of evidence for trained or regular female warriors. 11. Archaeology. Sketch of Birka Grave, BJ 581, in Sweden, published 1889. Grave of female settlers containing weapons have been uncovered, but scholars do not agree how these should be interpreted. 12. Grave in England and chemical analysis of the remains from the period of Viking activity in the British Isles suggested a somewhat equal distribution of men and women, suggesting husbands took wives, while some of the women were under the burial. 1314. In a tie-in special to the TV series Vikings, Neil Price showed that a 10th century Birka grave BJ 581, excavated in the 1870s in Birka, and containing many weapons and the bones of 2 horses, turned out to be the grave of a woman upon bone analysis by Anna Kjellström. 9. In 2017, DNA analysis confirmed that the person was female. 15. The so-called Birka female Viking warrior. Historical accounts. Roman sources occasionally mention women fighting among the Germanic peoples they faced. However, such reports are rare, and Hermann Reichert writes that fighting women were probably exceptional, uncommon cases rather than the norm. 2. There are historical attestations that Viking Age women took part in warfare. The Byzantine historian John Skylitzes records that women fought in battle when Sviatoslav of Kiev attacked the Byzantines in Bulgaria in 971. 16. When the Varangians, not to be confused with the Byzantine Varangian Guard, had suffered a defeat in the siege of Dorostollen, the victors were stunned to discover armed women among the fallen warriors. 16. When Leif Eriksson's pregnant half-sister Freydis Eriksdottir was in Vinland, she is reported to have taken up a sword and, bare-breasted, scared away the attacking Skrælings. 16. The fight is recounted in the Greenland Saga, which does not explicitly refer to Freydis as a Shield-Maiden. 17. In popular culture, female warriors inspired by the Norse sagas are portrayed in numerous works of historical and fantasy fiction, including prominently in such works as the 2013 TV series Vikings. The show depicts Lagertha, played by Catherine Winnick, as the greatest Shield-Maiden in the world. 18. In the TV show Beforeigners, Ulfhilda Engensdottir, played by Krista Kossonen, and Erd, played by Augusta Eva Erlendsdottir, are Shield-Maidens, who fought alongside Thoria Hund against Olaf II of Norway. Ulfhilda later came to modern-day Norway through a time hole and now works as a police inspector. Explaining the inclusion of a female Viking warrior protagonist in the video game Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the game's historical advisor Thierry Noël said, "The archaeological sources are highly debated on that specific issue, but it was part of the Norse conception of the world. Sagas and myths from Norse society are full of tough female characters and warriors. It was part of their idea of the world, that women and men are equally formidable in battle." 19. The game's main character can be a male or female choice of gender at game start, named Eva Varinsson/Varinsdottir, who is the leader of the Raven clan alongside their adoptive brother Sigurd Styrbjornsson. However, canonically the character is female and known as Eva Varinsdottir, a Shield Maiden. A Shield Maiden is depicted in the 2022 film The Northman.